began the way these things usually do, with a rumor. One day I heard from an executive assistant, a black-haired girl named Cordelia, said, Tim, I heard that they're going to switch the executive assistants over to secretarial pool. I said, Cordelia, they aren't going to do that. They haven't had secretarial pools since the 1950s. Now, if you don't know what a secretarial pool is, or an executive assistant for that matter, think about an executive assistant like a chef. So if a chef, basically you order something and then they put everything together and put it back in the kitchen and bring it out to the customer. The same way an executive assistant gets the orders from the person who wants whatever service there is, and then fixes everything how it goes, everything fits together, and then brings it out and presents that to the customer. Now, a secretarial pool is more like a fast food restaurant. There's somebody at the front who kind of takes the order, but the people in the back who make the burgers and the fries and put things in the bags, they don't really have any connection. So the person in the front never really knows quite whether or not the order actually has happened. If you've ever been in a fast food restaurant and mess up your order, you know how frustrating it is dealing with the person in the front who has no clue what's going on in the back. That's kind of like a secretarial. So I said to Cordelia, that's not going to happen, Cordelia, because secretarial pool, they don't have any accountability in it. Well, Tim, that's what I heard. And it seemed like they weren't doing it because my supervisor and my supervisor's supervisor and all the people all the way up the chain were all saying the same thing. They're saying, no, we're not having a secretarial pool. Don't worry about that. Yeah, we're rolling it out in Dallas right now. Okay. But it's only limited. It's not going to affect you. Here's a little business tip. If everybody from your supervisor all the way down to your manager says something's not going to happen, probably going to happen. So I said, no, they said it's not going to happen. But then something weird happened, is that they started testing out the executive assistants, the secretaries, basically on the software that they had. So like they do PowerPoint, they do Outlook, they do Excel, and they had little tests on all these things to see how good they were at each skill. Sort of like if you were at a fast food restaurant, you wanted to find out who's better at the burgers and the fries and bagging things, you'd have little tests for them. That's kind of what they were doing here with these little software tests. And then they started really drilling down and figuring out, okay, what are you doing throughout your day? What exactly is going on here? Who do you meet with? How much time do you spend with it? How much time? What do you do in your downtime? What do you do in your uptime? How busy are you? All drilling every executive assistant all the way down. And I started thinking, well, we are switching to a secretarial pool after a while. I'd better get ready. You have that feeling that things are changing at work and you better get ready for it? Prepare? Well, that's where I was. So the day that a meeting invite came in from the supervisor of all the executive assistants across the Midwest, I thought, okay, this is it. I'm going to switch over to secretarial pool. And I just got to figure out, am I comfortable going along with that, am I doing that, or not? You know how sudden changes can happen. You got to decide, do I want to stay here or not? Okay, I'll write it, I'll see where things go. Then the great day came in. And I went out there, Sally, brown-haired girl, said, Tim, very efficient looking, said, Tim, follow me. Followed her, said, and I could see the way she was leading me is there was a glassed-in room, and sitting behind a table in that glassed-in room was a blonde-haired woman sitting at a desk with a bunch of paper in front of her. So I said, Tim, go in the room, sit down. Barbara, they'll explain what's going on. I said, okay. Went in the room, sat down. Barbara crossed me. Barbara looked at me and said, Tim, we're letting you go. Well, I don't remember much of what happened after that. I don't even know quite. I know there was something about severance pay and medical leave and all these sort of things going on. I didn't really pay much attention to it. I just know I signed something and left the room kind of in a daze. And then I had to get through the rest of the day. It was like 11 o'clock and I had still had the whole day in front of me. But then I went home, took some time off and thought, okay, that's the way it goes sometimes. What I'm going to do is let it go. But I'm an executive assistant for 21 years. This is what I know. This is what I do. Certainly I can get another job doing it. Fine. So I started applying for executive assistant positions. Interview, after interview, after interview, after interview. Every interview I said the same thing. I said, okay, is there anything I said that would preclude you or having any issue about hiring? I said, no, of course not. Interview after interview after interview after interview, I failed. And it just kept on going. About a year. And as you can imagine, after a year, I felt pretty frustrated. I thought, man, 21 years, what am I going to do now? I got so stuck, so I just keep on pounding away. Go out there, keep on doing it. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And then one day, I happened to be on Facebook. Heard of Facebook? A few of you. The rest of you are liars. It's okay. Right. I was on Facebook and there was a meme that came up, and it was the Serenity Prayer. You heard of this Serenity Prayer? No? You know a little bit about it, okay? People have heard my speech before I've heard about it. Of course. Well, here's different versions of it. Here's how the version I saw goes. It says, grant me the strength to change the things I can, the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. And where I was, mentally, physically, just kind of thinking, all of a sudden I thought, wait a minute. There are things I can't change. And maybe you never thought about that, things in your life you just can't change. You think you're going to change. I can't change the results of all these failed interviews. I can't change the results of my having gotten fired from my place, let go, laid off. So what can I change? Well, I can take a different approach. Maybe a new beginning is happening, and the old is fading away. Things I can't change are just the past. You can't change the past no matter how much you try. Just go on to that new beginning and open up to it. So maybe that's what's going on. So, okay, well, what if I took my job and I just started taking a look at my job and just broke it? What do I really do? What other jobs could I do that utilize those skills? So, okay, well, I could be a receptionist or an office manager or do data entry. So I tried some of those different jobs and hey, I got a job in data entry. Did it for 5 months with the Chicago Board of Elections. They just wanted a body. No skills, just a body physically, do there, enter some stuff, talk to some people. After 5 months, and I just started, recently John has asked me a company called TTX, and there I do data entry also. It's similar to executive assistant, doesn't pay the same rate. But maybe executive assistant is gone, I just need to open up this new beginning and see where it goes, and see where it takes me. And maybe you've had this situation in your life where something old has faded away and you still cling on to it. And the challenge is to open up to that new beginning and see where that can take you. So remember to change the things you can, accept the things you can, have the wisdom to know the difference, and see where that takes you.
Thank you, Ted. Don't go too far because